Hey Aries. Looks like you're gonna be dealing with some stupid people. But you're gonna be winning in the end and you might be changing jobs. Depends, it's up to you. So hang around to the end. I'm doing something new. I'm gonna be, if you're, wondering what your romantic interest might be thinking or feeling, what they could say to you if they could. I'm going to be pulling love oracle cards. So that might give you some insight into how they're feeling, what they might want to say. And at the end, I will let you pick between 1, 2, and 3, and I will pick some timing cards. So you can pause the video and pick a question like, when am I going to get a raise? When will I meet that person? And pick 1, 2, or 3, and that'll be your answer. And if I get like a nondescript card or something that's kind of vague, I'll pick another one because I don't mess with that crap. I'm pulling these for a reason, so if I want a friggin' answer, I'm gonna get a friggin' answer. So anyway, let's get started before we get rolling. This is a general reading, so not everything may resonate with you, so only focus on what applies to you. Use your best judgment. No one can tell you what to do. This is for entertainment and educational purposes, so I'm going to try to teach you as I go. I encourage you to get your own deck, your own book, and do this on your own. I love it. I think it's fun and insightful, and anyway, let's get going. This is for January, and my readings are good for 4 to 6 weeks. So if you land on this a year from now, 2 years from now, nowhere near January, it's still good for 4 to 6 weeks from when you watch the video. So I don't know what this format is called. This is what I was taught by my mother. I cannot find it, but I'll tell you what I'm doing along the way. What we normally do is just shuffle the deck, and we will split the deck into 3 piles. And on the bottom of the 3 piles, I take the cards and then I will read them upright. I call them the first 3. That's right here. And they're read upright. I don't know why. But if you're in a pinch and cannot do the whole reading, you can just pull the first 3. It should be the reading in a nutshell. So, and I don't know if I think it does reference back and forth. If I think about it, I'll point out the synchronicities, but if not, you're welcome to yourself. The book that I reference is A Complete Guide to the Tarot by Eden Gray. And sometimes the definitions differ from what other readers give you. So I'm just giving you what I've been taught. I've been doing this for decades. So I'm not going to change the way that I do it and the meanings for my cards. Everybody reads differently. So anyway, let's get into it. The first 3, and you have a lot of people in this reading. You had 6 people, and 5 of them are young. So you're dealing with a lot of young people, whether it's at your job or in your families, probably your job. You may have a lot of kids in your family, or a lot of nieces and nephews, or your own kids, whatever. But this is mainly, to me, it feels more like a work reading. There's like a little bit of heartbreak, but I really don't think that's emotional. I feel like that is like your job. Basically, you're gonna have a choice between staying where you're at right now and going somewhere else. And either decision, either way you go, it's gonna be hard for you. So I'm taking that, the 3 of Swords, in that meaning. I don't feel that it is romantic at all. I do feel like you'll have a new love offer here. And then in the end, you're going to be successful in everything. The Chariot card, you're shitting success. And then over here, you've got the 10 of Pentacles. That's the everything card. You're going to have money out the ass. So, you got a really good reading. I want this reading. So I'm going to change my sign to Aries and take this reading. But like I said, there's a little bumps in your work area, but we'll get to that. You're still going to have the choice, so you're going to be the winner no matter what. Both ends of the two roads, theoretical roads to the future, are like awesome freaking cards. So, all right. So the first three, we have the Knight of Swords, and the face cards or the court cards. The book that I use gives physical attributes, but anybody can change their hair or their eye color. I'll give it to you if I remember. But the way I do is it's the character of the card. So, and you'll know pretty much when we go through the reading, you'll pretty much know who these people are. And if not, you can either take notes or play this video again, and it'll make more sense in a month or whatever. You'll figure out Aries is a very intuitive sign. Not too many people can bullshit an Aries. So whether it's intuition or just regular common sense, you're going to see it coming a mile away. You only have one little bump anyway, but it could be a big one, depends on how it plays out. Okay, so the Knight of Swords, dark hair, dark eyes, could be a guy, could be a girl. There's no gender in tarot. So it's all character. So dark hair, dark eyes, young. It's a young person. Or, as with any of the young cards, it could be someone who is just emotionally immature. So they could physically be young, and to me, that's 20, 30 years old or younger. Possibly someone who's unmarried or someone who is emotionally immature. And I'm not going to say the word that I always say, but this person, the Knight of Swords, is a fast person. They're a fast moving energy. They do things fast. They think fast. They're very quick. So this person is a dashing, brave. They're courageous. They have a clean heart. This card references the start of communication. So if you haven't been communicating with somebody, or like whether it's a family member or work, the communication is going to start. So you're going to be getting the opportunity to say what you want to say. The Knights also reference, the coming or going of a matter. So the Knight of Swords, it's coming or going of misfortune. And it is the going of misfortune. I already told you that. Your future looks so bright. You need to get yourself some freaking Ray-Bans. So, I want this reading. This is a good reading. But anyway, you've got someone, this young person here is going to be instrumental in something, whether it's at work or whether it's your personal family. You're having some interaction with. This is a positive person. I consider them a friend. So we'll see who it is later, or you'll see who it is. Let me know. Next one is the Knight of Wands. This person is blonde hair, blue eyes, hazel eyes, also young. Like I said, young in age, 20, 30, or immature, emotionally immature. This is an energetic warrior. They can be generous, but they can also be cruel and brutal. This card references possible change of residence, possible change of employment, coming or going of a person or a matter. I'm thinking it's employment. This whole reading to me is more employment, more work related. This card also references immigration, a quick departure, pursuing a vision, an adventure. So I'm feeling that the change of employment, like I said, you're going to have a choice. And I hate to say it, but I feel like the place that you're at right now isn't going to recognize your freaking worth. And I think even after you leave, they're not going to recognize your worth because you're dealing with a bunch of freaking stupid people right now. There's no really nice way to say that. But even the cards are saying, ineptitude. And that's not you. Aries are like fucking quick as whips. You're dealing with a bunch of freaking dumbasses. And these are people that are just, shooting from the hip. They're reacting out of emotion and they're stabbing you in the back or whatever. And it's to their detriment. And the stupid thing about it is they're going to do the same stupid thing over and over and over. And I feel like whatever job you're doing right now, I think you're going to leave those idiots behind. And you're going to have a choice. You're going to have a choice to stay, and you're going to have a choice between two nice new jobs. And the reason I say that is because both of your theoretical roads to the future have a nice ending. It's up to you. The sky's the limit. It's up to you. So, the coming or going of a matter or a person for this one, I feel like that is going to be your employment. And residence kind of follows. If you have to move for your job, you're going to have to move, your residence. But that may or may not happen. You may just be changing jobs. The third one, this card also references somebody they are like an in and out person in your life. You don't always talk to them. You don't always see them, but, they're in and out. And it could be like a child, it could be a relative, it could be somebody that you work with. Like maybe it's somebody that, their job is to be on the road or whatever, and you only see them once a month or something like that. But it's a younger person. So to me, it always feels like it's a child, like your child, or like I said, if you work with a bunch of young people, like, especially like teenagers, it could be anybody like that. You know how they are. They're, some of them are very routine, but most of them, they do whatever they want. Every week is different. So that's kind of how that feels to me. Now, if you work somewhere with a bunch of young people, that makes sense but they're being brought up because they're going to be a good force with you. They're going to be a good support for you. The third card for the first three, I have the Page of Swords. Brown hair, brown eyes, young again. This card is someone who is diplomatic. So it's someone young, like I said, 25, 30 years or younger. Now, on this one, I would say this person is not immature. The swords are thinking in words, and this person is very sharp. They're very diplomatic. They know what to say, when to say it. They could be in government. They have a great understanding of what's going on and the people around them. So they are not emotionally immature. They are ahead, actually. They may have a message for you. Generally, they will have a message for you. You're going to have so far you've got a lot of messages coming in. I don't think it's all from the same person. So I do think you're going to be getting messages from family in a distance or whatever, and you're going to be getting messages from local and your work and just different things like that. January is going to be very busy for you. This card may also mean spying and grace. So someone may be watching you. It may also mean employment wise as well. Generally, when the card is right side up, and to me, it is someone who is watching, but with like good intent. So it may be an employer, but they're watching you for looking at a promotion. that kind of thing, like a good way. Excuse me. Also may mean uh, watch out, like, for your passwords and things like that. The fraud is mentioned in a different card, but not here. So I would say just be super careful on computers and passwords and, ATM machines, whatever. All right, now that's pretty much how January is going to be for you. You're going to be dealing with a bunch of young people. For the most part, pretty good. You got some keepers there. So you're going to have a strong support. And I feel like, depending on what you're doing in work, when you do change jobs, you might be able to take these 3 dudes with you, or dudettes. You may be able to present them an opportunity to better their wallet as well. So, or maybe just one of them, but possibly all of them, because these people are worth mentioning. That's why they're here. Like I also said, it could also be a child too. So if you have a son or a daughter, it could also mean them. So this is broken down into sections. This is the center section. This is you. This is what you're thinking, what you're feeling right now. This is things that are influencing you, things you're dealing with, everything. What's going on right now? So the center card, we have another knight. You had like 3, you had the only knight missing was the Knight of Pentacles. You had all 3 knights and some pages. I mean, you're just like all loaded with people. So the Knight of Cups, light brown hair, hazel eyes, young, again, like I said, young. Now this person may be emotionally immature. This card is about offers, getting offers, a new love offer. Someone could be flirting with you. Someone could be wanting to date you. It also references forgiveness and taking action. So this could be you, or it could be someone taking action toward you. Someone's interested in you, or you're interested in someone else, or you're interested in furthering your career and getting it the hell going. It like I said, this feels like a work reading more than love, but it could also be love. It could be love also, or it could be love instead. So everyone's reading is going to be, it's going to apply differently. So the rest of this is, this person is a graceful, lazy, poetic dreamer. So they're good, but there's somebody, like, if you work with this person, you're probably going to have to keep prodding them into getting the job done, but they're a good person, they're also a messenger. So they're going to be bringing you a message, an offer, an invite, something. You may get invited to a party, or you may be invited to something social. And it's going to be coming from this young person. So I don't know if any kind of group activity or whatever. It could be somebody from that. To me, it feels like work. And it doesn't matter which side you read first on either side. Just pick one. I'm going to go with this is from the Major Arcana. Number 4 upside down, the Emperor. Now, the Emperor they reference Aries. So the Emperor card is Aries. So this may be dealing with another Aries or something during Aries' birth season. So the Emperor upside down represents loss of control, serious injury in battle. So something's going to be happening that you and they are both going to be injured. So it may be a draw. The book actually says immaturity. This is not on your part. I do not feel like the immaturity is on the Aries part. It's these people you're dealing with. So if this is work related, then something at work, someone young may blow their stack. If you're dealing with a bunch of teenagers, they may not, know how to react in certain situations. So somebody may get mad. It They're immature nonetheless. And then it also, this is a card of like a demanding troublemaker, a an angry, demanding troublemaker. So when the emperor is upside down, this person is just not friggin' happy, and they're gonna cut their nose off to spite their face. So they're wanting to cause injury to you, but they're going to be also causing injury to themselves in the meanwhile. So just prepare for that. You're in the clear though. As long as you're on the straight and narrow, you have absolutely nothing to freaking worry about. And anybody can throw dirt your way. It doesn't matter. It's going to just bounce off of you. You are protected. I firmly believe, good people are protected. And the other people are just jealous, and it's what they put out there is going to come back to them tenfold. So if they want to be pissy assholes, they're going to get that right back to them, not from you but from somebody else. So this card also references possible defraud of inheritance. Now that part feels family oriented. So you may have a niece or a nephew or somebody, brother, sister, whoever, who's maybe wanting a little too much of, the will or whatever's being left. Someone's doing something shifty or underhanded. That might need some looking into. So like if someone's in charge of like your family's will or whatever, just make sure, nothing's getting changed without anybody else knowing. And perhaps the grandchildren are left out of the will completely, and only the sons and daughters are getting anything. And, somebody goes and changes that. I don't know. I mean, just look into it. You can also look into it because generally older people may get scammed and things like that too. So look into the elderly, their care, fairness, things like that. Because when the cards mention defraud and things like that, I tend to listen to them. When they talk about defraud and imposters, I listen. So here you've got your first mention of possible defraud and inheritance. And then the card on the other side, which is the Two of Swords, and this one is upside down. This card references release, movement, sometimes in the wrong direction. And it says avoid imposters. So on one side you've got possible defraud of inheritance, on the other side you've got avoid imposters. Sympathy for those in trouble, disloyalty, possible self-sabotage or second-guessing yourself. I don't picture Aries as second-guessing themselves ever, so I don't know where that's coming from, but that may be like, maybe you're giving someone benefit of the doubt, like, no, she wouldn't be defrauding my mother, like if she's in a home or something like that, and then, second guessing yourself, and then, yeah, she is, I'm not saying that's what's happening, I'm just saying look into it. You will be calling someone out, whether it's family or work. You're going to be calling somebody's ass out. And that's like soon. If it hasn't happened already, it's soon. Could be work, could be family, not really sure. The Two of Swords upside down also is urging you to make your decision now. If you're on the fence about something, go ahead and make your decision now. You need to make it now. You're needing to plan, and like I said with the one sword, fast moving, you're wanting to do something. The other knight was taking action. You're wanting to do something now. So go ahead and make whatever decisions you need to make, and that may help you with the sympathy for others. So if you feel someone is bullshitting you, and you're like, nah, I'm not, they're full of shit, then when they come around and try to hand you that line of shit, you're already gonna have decided, and your sympathy for their bullshit is not gonna work. It's a form of protection, but you do make balanced, fair decisions. So do not second guess yourself. I don't see Aries as ever second guessing themselves. So if you are, just don't. Listen to your gut. Listen to your gut. So like I said, you've got an offer of new love. There's forgiveness, there's offers, taking action. You've got all these young people around you, and you do need to watch out for the defraud and the imposter. So the good thing is it's only mentioned in your area right now, and it's not mentioned in the future. So like I said, you're going to be calling somebody out on their shit. Whether it's someone trying to take advantage of your elderly mother or whatever, you're going to be, Aries aren't really ones to mess with either. So I feel sorry for them. The separate sections represent this one represents the past. We're going to go into that. This is the recent past, further in the past, furthest in the past. This card is the number 1 from the major arcana. It is the Magician. It is upside down. Now in the recent past, I have to take a sip. Hold on, I'm sorry. In the recent past, there has been indecision, weak will, ineptitude, destructive powers. The most recent card in the past, I feel like you're surrounded by ineptitude. You're dealing with a bunch of dumbasses. I should entitle this "Dealing with Dumbasses." I'm probably just going to call it "Stupid People," but there's no other word for it. And then like the destructive powers, it's like you're around a bunch of toddlers. They're pissed they're not getting their way, so instead of sharing the toy, they just friggin' break it. That's the kind of mentality that you're dealing with right now. I don't know what the hell you're doing. I don't know what your job is, but that's what I'm getting. I could be wrong. Like I said, this is different for everybody, but let me know. Leave a comment. So the destructive powers are being used by the dumbasses. So they're just, like one bad apple. They're ruining it for everybody else when they're doing that, but they're too stupid to see it. So further back in the past, we have from the major arcana the number 17. It is the star. It is upside down. The star represents Aquarius. So you may have been dealing with an Aquarius or something that happened during Aquarius birth season. The star upside down is pessimism, doubt, stubbornness, lack of perception, possible illness. So you might have been having a low spot there. Maybe you're applying for jobs and just, you're not getting responses like you want, or you're not getting responses fast enough. But that's in the past, so that doesn't really matter now anyway. Furthest in the past, we've got the 7 of Wands. This card is victory through courage, success. You have the advantage. So in the past, I'm feeling as though this is work. You have had the advantage. You still have the advantage, but you have always had the advantage. This is persevering. You're guarded and protected, but two different types. You're guarded against being hurt, but you're also protected by your ancestors and your spirit guides, whatever you believe in. You are also protected. So you may not feel lucky, but you really are. So you've got, there may also be like have been possible blocking because of hurt. So you may have been um, keeping people at a distance. But this card basically is like, you know, you really are winning, even though it doesn't feel like it. You really are winning, but it's been like a long road. You know, you just I think you're realizing it just doesn't feel like it. So this area over here represents the work area, the group activity area. To me, it is like Boy Scouts, Girl Scouts, if you're going roller skating, if you're going bowling, if, you know, you belong to Masons, whatever. Work usually involves a group of people. So to me, it's all group related. If you're a homemaker, it's the same thing. Apply how it applies to you. I'm feeling this reading is mostly work, so that's how I'm reading this. The first card is Page of Pentacles, upside down. Black hair, black eyes, dark complexion. This page upside down, young, like I said, 25, 30 years or younger. This person is immature, emotionally immature. Upside down, it represents dissipation, wastefulness, excess, too materialistic, too much partying. And there will be news of loss of money or property. So the way I'm taking this is, you know, like I said, I'm reading this as work. I'm taking this as there's a coworker, you've got a coworker. Say you work someplace that, you know, every month you have the possibility of getting a bonus depending on how well your store does. One person's going to fuck it up for everybody. And this person's going to be so damn wasteful. It's going to be somebody either ordering supplies or doing the timesheet wrong. They're going to be wasting money with not having enough people on the clock at the time, or they're going to be wasting money by having too many people on the clock. Because you're surrounded by ineptness. So you're going to lose, and it's going to take a couple of weeks for them to figure this shit out. It's going to be somebody ordering supplies. They're going to be ordering way too freaking much. That's going to throw the totals off. That's also going to, you know, ruin the freaking inventory. And you're going to run out of room to store the shit. I see all kinds of this, and they're completely oblivious. They're showboating. They're wanting, oh, look what I can do. Look what I can do. And what they're doing is they're you know, skipping right into friggin' disaster. And your bosses or your boss's boss isn't going to see this shit until it's too fucking late. There's no other way to put that. I'm sorry. So there will not be a bonus in the month of January. If there is, I hope there is. If there is, congratulations. But don't be surprised if you have lost, you know, that bonus or whatever, that monthly bonus whenever you watch this. You're going to have news of loss of money or property. And hopefully it's not, you know, personal. Like I don't want you to have lost any, you know, personal property or, you know, whatever. but that's possible also. Like I said, this feels like a work reading, so it doesn't feel like you're losing a house or you're losing half your business or whatever. To me, it feels like you're losing a bonus because you're working with a couple of idiots, and it's not just one. You're working with a couple of them. The next card further in the future for the work group activity area, you have the Ace of Cups. This card is awesome. This is the beginning of great love, joy, contentment. Now, this may be love. You may be meeting someone that you really hit it off with, or it could be like your dream job. It is in the job area. So I do believe you're going to have a choice between the job you're in now and two other jobs. And one of them is going to be like your dream job. It's really going to float your boat. This card references productiveness, fertility. If you're young enough, the fertility may actually be fertility. Use protection if you're not wanting kids right now. When you get this card, it means that also. Beauty and pleasure. And the card is a reminder that when your mind is filled with spirit, your cup will overflow. So if you're happy, and you put that out there, you're going to get happy back. And Aries are pretty light. I don't know too many crabby Aries. I'm not saying they don't exist. I'm just saying I don't know that many. So I know you're going to be out there, putting your best foot forward and, smiling when you need to. Now, you may have RBF. Wait, RB. Yeah, you may have RBF. So you need to smile a little more, because when people look at you, they think you're mad as hell. But I'm like that too. So, just try to remember to, smile or smirk or something so people don't think you're an ass. You have further in the future, from the major arcana, the 20 card, which is Judgment, and it is upside down. Upside down, this card means weakness, disillusion, fear of death. Now, that may be you, or it may be someone close to you has a fear of death or a hypochondriac or something, or, PTSD. They've got some kind of fear of something. It may not just be death. Unhappiness, separation, divorce, possible loss of money. Here's the second one, possible loss of money. So the way I'm taking this is the separation or divorce. It could be personally. You could read this also as you meet the love of your life and now you're going to be getting divorced so you can be with them. Or this could be you just found your dream job, but you have to move to another town, change of residence. You have to move to another state and can't be with your true love. So it's stuff like that. I'm taking it as the disillusionment, unhappiness, separation, divorce, possible loss of money. I think you're going to be really disappointed that the place that you're at right now is not seeing that this dipshit here and the ones that's helping him, her, whatever they are, that your present job is not realizing that these dipshits are responsible for that loss of money, loss of property, loss of bonus. And you're going to make the decision to leave. I don't think you're going to stay at your current job. Now, you make your own decisions. If you feel that you'll be better off staying where you're at, this may not be your reading, or this part may not be your reading. Okay? No one can tell you what to do. These are just used as a warning, as reference, as clarity. And I did pull some cards for clarity too. I'll hit them too. So we're going to go into the two theoretical roads to the future, and that's these guys, this one and that one. You can take one card, two cards, no cards, doesn't matter. I would definitely take these two cards because they're awesome. Doesn't matter which side you read first. I usually just pick one. So I'm going to go here with the Three of Swords. This card sucks upside down, right side up, sideways, backwards, and on fire. That card sucks no matter what. Sorry, but it's in the near future and it will be over with shortly. I no longer fear this card. It is just, to me, it's just a bump in the road. You'll see what I'm talking about. This card references upside down. It references loss, confusion, sorrow, upheaval, but to a lesser degree. This may also reference a third party, like third party interference. And a third party doesn't have to be a person. It could be a person. You might have a person. There could be an extramarital person, or there could be the third party could be a mother-in-law that's sticking her nose where it shouldn't be, or a sister or a brother or whatever, or your work people are interfering with, your personal life, or, they're interfering with your work life. A third party could be a job, a person, a group, an entity. I feel the upheaval, I feel all of this is job related. So I feel like your disillusionment with your job down here is going to lead to the near future. You're going to sit there and say, "Ah, shit, I got to do something about this. These I'm working with idiots." You're going to get yourself out of it. The next card, this card also may reference possible surgery. So if you're looking at a surgery, it's not detrimental, just means usually surgery is something that's going to help you, but I usually take the surgery part as good. So and it may also reference an apology. So you may be getting an apology. The next card is the number 2 from the Major Arcana. This is the High Priestess. I know it says Juno, but it's the High Priestess. This card represents, she is the keeper of secrets, inner wisdom. They know their worth. This is keeping things personal or keeping things to yourself. Unrevealed future. Hidden influences at work. And that's of special interest to artists, poets, and mystics. The High Priestess is mute, so this is basically no communication. So I feel, because of your sorrow and the upheaval with your job down here and everything, that you're going to be keeping your feelings to yourself. Your next move to yourself, you're going to be looking for a new job. No one's going to know. They're going to think, oh, the Aries is going to, they're going to keep taking it. And you're going to have 2 jobs lined up. And you're going to leave the one that you're at currently. I feel, and like I said, this isn't going to resonate for everybody, but I feel for a majority of you. This card also references the perfect woman. So if you're female, it references that you can and you are the perfect woman. And if you're male, it could be you meet the perfect woman. Or women, whichever way you are, it doesn't matter. It just means being as perfect as you possibly can. Just, and imperfect is perfect. So it's just being happy with yourself. We're all perfect, to be honest with you. We all are. We're all different. We're all weird. We're all fucked up, and we're all perfect. Anyway, the third card, furthest in the future, we've got the Chariot. That's the number 7 from the Major Arcana. This card references Cancer, so you may be dealing with a Cancer or something during Cancer birth season. Now, the Chariot upright, This is a fast action, fast moving, so something's going to be happening right away. Like I said, you need to make up your mind, make the decision now. And when that offer comes, you're going to snatch it. You're going to take it right away, and it's coming. It's going to be here real soon. The Chariot references triumph, success with all. It's a card of those who achieve greatness, and you got the card. So Aries, and I'm not surprised, you're going to be achieving greatness. I told you, this is a wicked freaking card. You're going to be where whatever, you may even be changing your field of employment. Like maybe you're going from the office to like landscaping, or you're going from like landscaping to being a chef or something. You may be doing something completely different, but it's gonna be your friggin' dream job. And you very well may meet somebody there. This card references travel and comfort. May also mean, somebody who drives for a living, or you may have to drive a distance for your job. Like basically anything over 30 minutes is, kind of a long drive. So that would count. Mental, physical fulfillment, controlling the situation. So you're going to be controlling, you're going to be the boss. It's looking like you're going to be the boss. You're going to be controlling everything. You're going to be calling the shots. And it's going to happen soon. This is a card of correct choices. You're going to be making the correct choices. Loyalty, honesty, trust. This is acing interviews. This is actually acing interviews. So you're going to you're going to have your choice of jobs. It also may reference, since it is the Chariot, a new car. Now it may not be a new car, but it may be a new car to you, or it may be a brand new car. So however that may fit. The other side, the other road, theoretical road to the future, we've got the Nine of Wands, and this one is upside down. So in the near future, now remember we had, the loss, confusion, upheaval. So this is the same time. So in the next like 2 weeks, you're gonna be disillusioned with your work. So in the next 2 weeks, you're gonna be a little disappointed with the dipshits that you're working with. And the Nine of Wands upside down is weakness, illness, adversity, displeasure, obstacles, repeating a cycle with no changes. That to me is like with adversity. Adversity to me is things beyond your controls. It could be like people making things harder for you. Like you just don't have, like you have one or two enemies at work, and they just, they give you all the shit jobs, or like when you're there, they try to be the boss when you're supposed to be the boss, or something like that. They're putting obstacles in your way, and even though you're still winning with everything that they throw in your path, they're not learning. They're still doing that, and they're going to continue doing that. It's like the destructive power by dumbasses. They're going to continue doing it. They're not going to learn from it, which is why you're going to choose to leave. The next card is the Queen of Swords. She's right side up, brown hair, brown eyes. This is someone who is soon to be an ex, or divorced, someone who's soon to be divorced, someone in a high position, possibly an influencer, someone in the public eye. She is subtle. He, she, like I said, there's no gender, but I'm reading this one as female. Just it's feeling female. Subtle, keen, quick-witted, a widow or a barren, aged female, male, feminine, could be an effeminate male. Take it however. It's someone who's mourning loved ones that are far away. She's kind, firm, keen in observation, graceful, fond of dance. This is a card of balance, communication. This is probably somebody who talks or speaks in the public. They might have a YouTube channel, or they might be doing speeches or give speeches or have a show or a radio or something like that. And then furthest in the future, we've got the 10 pen, the 10 of Pentacles. This is the everything card. This is old money. This is cash. This is riches, inheritance. This is dealing with family matters. There may be a problem with a will or a pension or the buying of a house or property. So that's the second time that a will or inheritance is mentioned. So look into like who's in charge of the will, or, divvying up stuff, and look into any pensions that you have at work. Make sure that, the right stuff is being taken out or put in. The buying of a house or property, you might, that might be the change of residence you're looking at. There might be a bump with that. Doesn't say that it's not going to happen, but there might be a bump with it. This is a card of long-term commitment. This is the whole family dynamic. This is working on something for a long time. So you're working on your career. You're finally going to be getting the fruits of your labor. You're going to be successful here. You're going to be successful here. No matter what you do, you're going to come up smelling like roses. And you can't keep a good man down, a good person down. Doesn't matter. If you're true of heart, it's not, people can try to backstab you and throw obstacles all day long. They're only going to, be successful so much or so long. The good is always going to win. But this card may also reference spying. So here again, just always act like, you're always on camera. I feel like you may be investing at work. You may get the option to do stocks or ownership or franchising or something like that. That's what the 10 of Pentacles is. It's a solid, stable, something that's, going to make you rich, something that's going to keep you materially satisfied, so you don't have to worry, how you're going to pay the damn bills all the time. And I pulled some cards for, oh shit, I knocked a bunch of stuff down. I pulled some cards for clarification, just to ask, like, is all this upheaval and crap, these idiots that Aries is dealing with, is that family, is that work, what is it? So I pulled this, it was the Devil, Major Arcana number 15, and it was upside down. So that's the release of vices and bad habits, bad people, bad influences. That's being released from that. So you're going to be getting released from these idiots that you're dealing with, whether it's family or work. I feel like I said this is work related. The next card that I pulled was the Hierophant. That's also from the Major Arcana. The Major Arcana cards pack a bigger punch. That's why I mentioned them. But in other words, they're major. So this one is the Hierophant. That's a Taurus. You may be dealing with a Taurus. This is a tradition, like religion, the church, ceremonies, things like that. The next card was the 2, the Lovers. This card is actually used to be the choice card. So this to me reiterates that you will be making a choice. It's going to be work related. You may be making a choice between people too, but I don't think so. You may have a new offer of love, but I don't think you'll be choosing that. I think that's a one-way ticket. When you find someone, you're going to be not wavering on that. You're not going to be making a choice on that. But I do feel like you're going to be making a choice with work. That's going to be your choice. The fourth card that I picked for clarification is the Seven of Wands, and it's upside down. The book that I reference, not every reader gives the definition upside down for the Seven of Swords as the wish card. But the book that I use does, and that's the way I was raised, and to me, you got the wish card. So you're going to be getting that dream job that you want. You're going to be acing that interview, getting that freaking dream job. You're going to be getting your wish. You're going to be disappointed that the place that you're at now does not see your worth, or they're not taking you seriously or something. I pulled the Korean flower oracle cards. They come in a really nice box. I just love it. And they all have a meaning. I pulled the number 27. So 27 may mean something to you. This is the rough potato. This means I am going to be on a long trip. So it looks like you're going to be traveling. Your new job may also be involving travel. You got the Chariot. So maybe you will get a district manager position or something, and they're going to have you driving your car all over the place, or they're going to give you a car. That could be the new car also. You might get a car for work, as they're going to have you driving all over the state to do the different markets or whatever. So, I'm going to pull some love oracle cards. I'm just going to pull a bunch because it's a really big deck. It is these guys here, and it says heart-shaped fortune telling. I think they mean heart-based love oracle cards because they're not heart-shaped. But the first one I pull is, I need to figure myself out. So whoever you're dealing with, if you're wondering how they're feeling, what they might say to you might be, I need to figure myself out. So if they're being distant, that might be why. People don't believe in me. So they might be having some kind of crisis. They're not confident. I'm afraid to lose you. So they're leery about what's going on with you guys right now. Why is it that you love me? So they're wondering what you see in them. So whoever you're dealing with right now, looks like they're trying to figure themselves out and just get on their own 2 feet for some reason. I don't know where to start. So they want to make things better with you, but they don't know how to start it. They probably don't know how to word it either. I wish I could understand you. So they're feeling like they're not good enough for you. So maybe go easy on them. I can't do this right now. So give them some time. They obviously are trying to figure something out. So, and that's best with most things. Just give people time. It's like if people, if they're arguing and one of them runs off mad, let them go. Keeping them there just to argue is usually not the best. Let people cool off, come back, clear their heads, and be civil, So, and then I've got timing. The other deck that I picked up is a timing oracle deck. And if you want to pause the video, pick a number between 1, 2, and 3. ask a question, and that number card will be the answer for you. And if I get, like I said, if I get a nondescript card, I'm gonna pull one until we get one that's definitive. No BS here. I'm not, I'm not pulling these things for indecisiveness. So 1, 2, and 3. So if you pick number 1, we've got, it's number 34, so that may mean something to you. You have the power to create the timing by taking action. So they're basically saying it's up to you. I don't know if I'm going to pull another card for that, because they're saying it's up to you. So if you want something to happen right now, then it'll happen right now. It's up to you. If you pick number 2 is number 54. It's happening right now. So whatever your question is, it's happening right now. You may not be aware of it, but it's happening right now. If you pick 3, number 16, February. So I hope that was helpful. I hope this reading helped. Let me know. Leave a comment. Please subscribe. I do appreciate you watching. I would like to bring light and goodness and, no BS to whoever wants to listen. So if you have any questions or whatever, just leave a comment. I'll get to them eventually. I'm on a weird schedule right now. But anyway, I'm trying to be more consistent, and I'm going to try to get these up more often. And like I said, I hope you have a blessed day. Thank you.